Okay. Now, before I get to the main topic of this video, I decided to have this topic. I said, you know what? A lot of guys are talking about it. I gotta talk about it. Before we get to the video, my last video, you're gonna love this one. In my last video, I said people in Arizona can have anything they want, any guns they want. I said people in Arizona have fully automatic machine guns, and they go out and they have shootouts where they just shoot everything and just blast everything. A friend of mine from high school, another friend of mine from high school, lives in Arizona. And she, the day I made the video, she went out to shoot with her friends, and they were firing fully automatic weapons. They fired like a MAC-10 or some shit. So I'm talking about Arizona and people firing fully automatic weapons, and that day my friend is in Arizona and she fires fully automatic weapons the day I say it in the video. Okay. Obama, Biden, Pelosi. Name 3 people that will be unemployed in 2013. Okay. Let's get to the point. A lot of people are talking about gun-free zones, in particular colleges, because colleges seem to be the place where all the mass shootings happen. It might not be, they just seem to be. I mean, you see an office building or you see a mall, but more and more it seems to be college premises. And one of the ideas, I didn't have this idea, a couple of people had it, is to allow college students, or any employee for that matter, whether at a college, college students, college professors, college janitors, CEOs in office buildings, to allow the people to carry firearms. And there are many states that have right to carry, where you have a right to carry a firearm on your person. It's not a federal right. The Second Amendment says you can own a gun and keep it in your home. But the federal government does not say you can carry a gun in the street. Your individual state government says that to you, not the federal government. So a lot of people are saying, I live in a right to carry state, you know, Virginia, Texas, Arizona, Florida. I think Florida's right to carry. I'm almost certain it is. I should have a right to carry a gun on my college campus. Okay, fine. You know, and I said in another video, I said, just because you have a carry concealed license does not mean you can carry it anywhere. There are certain places you're not allowed to carry, and if you carry it there, you're going to get in trouble for it. So, let's talk about that. Okay, first of all, I'm going to talk about a little myth versus fact. And I'm going to give my opinion. But when I give my opinion, I'm going to say this is my opinion. So I'll let you know when my opinion is being given. Okay, gun-free zones reduce crime. That's the myth. Let's talk about the fact. A gun-free zone means no one can bring a gun unless you're a police officer. If you're a police officer, the rules never apply to you. You could bring your gun to court, you could bring your gun to school, you could bring a gun to anywhere. Gun-free zones means no one, with the exception of law enforcement, may carry a gun there. Now, why do people create gun-free zones? I have a couple of theories. One theory is that people create gun-free zones because they're afraid of accidents happening. Okay? And I'm going to be very blunt. You are more likely to die in a gun accident than a mass shooting spree. You have a better chance at winning the lottery 3 days in a row than you do it being killed in a mass homicide. Mass homicides obviously happen, I'm not going to lie about that, but a gun accident is more common, much more common, at least in our country. We have to admit that, we have to. That's one of our downsides. And maybe some people, and I said before, some people honestly believe that the criminals, I gotta turn the computer down. Sorry about that. Some people honestly believe that the criminals buy their guns in the gun store. People honestly believe that criminals buy their gun in the gun store with their credit card, sign a form, give fingerprints, go for a background investigation, get a license, and rob liquor stores. What do you want from me? People want to think what they want to think, please. And another aspect is some people can't tell the difference between a legal gun owner and a non-legal gun owner. They don't know. All gun owners to them are violent, evil, ignorant, stupid, and cruel. But the point of the matter is, a gun-free zone, you can't carry a gun. And some people, I'm not sure about this. Do people honestly think that a homicidal maniac, whether it's Charles Whitman, Dylan Klebold, Eric Harris, or that guy from Virginia Tech, I can't pronounce his name, do they honestly think that a psychopath is going to look at a gun-free zone sign and walk away? Guy comes with a duffel bag full of guns to kill people, but because the sign says no guns, he's going to get up and walk away? Let me tell you something right now. I've said it before. I've studied homicide, suicide. I've studied serial killers. I've studied mass murderers. I've seen crime scene footage that is confidential. I've seen things that I'm not allowed to talk about legally. I've watched television documentaries about various shootings. One of them was Columbine. I've seen video footage of witness recollections, witness interviews, victims, survivors of Columbine, Virginia Tech. Okay, and I'm obviously not a psychologist. I'm obviously not an FBI profiler, but I will tell you now with a zero margin of error. Someone that has a deep psychological problem. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. But someone that has a deep psychological problem, whether it's paranoid schizophrenia, whether it's antisocial personality disorder, whether their parents beat them, whether they're fucking just Looney Tunes, someone that is evil and has a mental ability and the mindset to kill innocent people, a sign is not going to stop them. That I'll tell you right now. So hanging up a gun-free zone sign is not exactly a good solution. But then again, on the other hand, arming everybody, giving every single fucking person a gun, that also is a bad problem. And I'm going to explain it to you in this video series why giving nobody a gun is a problem and why giving everybody a gun is a problem. There has to be a happy medium. You can't have no guns. You can't have all guns. You have to have a happy medium. A serial killer. A serial killer is someone who kills more than 3 people over the course of an extended period of time. Say 5 murder victims in 6 months is a serial killer. A spree killer kills 3 people or more over a short period of time. So if they kill 7 people in 4 days, they're a spree killer. A mass murderer kills a bunch of people, more than 3, all at one time. Serial killers are not afraid to die because many of them are arrested in death penalty states. And if you don't believe me, you can ask Ted Bundy. Mass murderers are more likely to either commit suicide. If you don't believe me, ask Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. Or they're most likely to be shot dead in a gunfight with the police. If you don't believe me, ask Charles Whitman. So those people are not afraid to die. So if they're not afraid to die and if they have no moral conscience, odds are they're not going to be, interested in signs and regulations. I'm going to stop for the 9 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever the hell it is. Hold on a minute, guys.